Hi everyone! Now I'm going to show you some of our books for ages about 5 through 7 or 8. So this is just a small collection that I have, and I'm going to start with an internet linked book, nonfiction obviously. It's on elephants, and this is a great beginner book for kids to read about elephants. And one thing I like about these books is it makes good comparisons that kids will understand. For example, an adult male elephant can weigh as much as 60 people. So keep in mind there are lots of different nonfiction books that you can get. Next is a book that is great for when your child gets in the what's this and why is this happening and all kinds of questions. So it's a great book for kids and parents to learn. For example, where is the tallest waterfall? The answer is in Venezuela, South America. It's called Angel Falls, and it's 3,212 feet high. Next is a Open the Flap book, and this one takes us through the ocean, and it goes through different habitats. For example, what you can find around buried treasure and tropical waters. So I'm going to open this flap, and it says long thin fish called remoras often cling to bigger animals like the green sea turtle. You can open the flap and see that they feed on scraps from the turtle meals. So that's what a little remora looks like. It's a great book to open up and learn all kinds of fun facts about all the different habitats in the ocean. And it goes deeper. Next I'm going to talk about a series of Kane Miller books, and these are pretty popular because of their names. For one, The Holes in Your Nose, The Gas We Pass, and Everyone Poops. So these are fun books that get lots of giggles out of your kids, and I'm just going to share some of them. So, what happens when your nose bleeds, And oh no, what if you get hit with a ball to your nose? And then it goes through the science of where your nose is and what's inside your nose. Next, The Gas We Pass, The Story of Farts. So again, it goes through some fun pages as well as some educational pages. So at one time, a healthy person releases almost half a cup of gas in a single fart, about 3.5 ounces. So then it shows you a glass is measured about like that. It's just a silly, fun book that gets lots of giggles, and you can do the sounds, and it does what gas looks like through the human body. And it has lots of sounds that the kids can make. Flip, 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 making farts in the bathtub. And Everyone Poops. For example, different animals make different kinds of poops, different shapes, different colors, even different smells. These are great books to read. Get some laughs out, maybe even some gas. Next, I have a series of illustrated stories. I have from Aesop's Fables, Greek myths, Norse myths. Heidi is a illustrated original, and I'm going to just show you a couple of the stories that are in each one. These books make for great bedtime stories, and they're very sturdy books. And they have a bookmark that you can keep your place with. So it's kind of cool. So, for example, The Fox and the Crow, The Peacock and the Crane, The Hare and the Tortoise. All kinds of Aesop's fables are in the book. And they have great illustrations throughout. Illustrated stories from the Greek myths. So there's a story about the wooden horse, the Minotaur, Perseus and the Gorgon, the 12 tasks of Hercules, and throughout the book, great illustrations to read, to look at and to read. These books are great chapter books to read for your, so that you can take turns reading with your child at night, bedtime. Next is some Norse myths. So for example, there's stories about the Golden Curse, the Otter's Ransom, stories about giants, lost in the land of giants, and the stories about Thor and the sea serpent. I have a whole book on the Grimm's fairy tales. So in this book, there's Snow White and Rose Red, Little Red Riding Hood, Rapunzel, Sleeping Beauty. These are great stories that you can read about, and then obviously they're great movies to watch, and then you can ask your child how the book and the movie compare. Next is the illustrated stories from Shakespeare. So these are good stories to read when they get into school and they find out who Shakespeare was, and then you can read about A Midsummer's Night's Dream, Macbeth, Hamlet, all those classic stories, and great illustrations throughout. And last, I have Heidi, and it's an original story about a girl, orphan in the Alps. And there you go. There are, I would say, probably 20 different illustrated stories titles that we have. So go check them out and let me know if you have any questions and if you're interested in any of these books. Thanks.